Hello world, welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to keep working on our thumbnail web app. So if you haven't watched part 1, feel free to watch part 1. But yeah, let's go get started. So today what we'll do, let's do a quick recap first, right? In last video what we did is we created 3 helper functions, really. Well, 2 helper function, 1 view. The 2 helper function helps to upload an image to Imager API, and another one is to be able to get the YouTube content using the video ID. So now what we need to do is let's go and create a models, right? So this model is going to be thumbnail, and we're gonna call it model.model. Like so. Alright. So in here what we're going to do is we're going to create 4 different fields for this model. We need the image URL. We need the title. We need the YouTube URL. But it will be knowable because how the feature works is you can either upload your own custom thumbnail and a what do I want to call it? And a title, right? You can either upload it yourself, or we can, this is where you can upload your YouTube URL here. So that's going to be models URL field no equals true, and then here we say rating is. So that rating is how we're gonna to actually rank what thumbnail is better than the others, and the default value will be 1400. Now statistically, you could change it to whatever you want, but as we're probably going to see in the next video, I think, is where we'll actually be using and implementing and play around with the ELOs, or I don't know how you say it, the algorithm. Yeah, and that's basically it. Okay. Did I even? Alright, so let's see if we need more. Oh. Yeah, I didn't use this at all. Okay, so yeah, that's the only model we'll create. Okay, now let's go ahead and implement a few functions. So one of them will just be an index function. We're not index function, the rankings function, where user can really see all the thumbnails ranked from the highest ranking to lowest ranking. Right, so here I want to say thumbnails equals thumbnail, the objects. Yeah, I need to say from models import thumbnail, and then say thumbnail, the objects dot filter. That will just give us everything. Right, that would just give us everything. And then here we'll say order by. So order by is you can actually change how you want ordered. We want from the smallest to biggest, so we will use this what we call negative rating. So we'll sort on the ratings column, but we'll sort reversely. So instead from smallest to biggest, we'll sort biggest to smallest, which is what we wanted. Right? And in here we can say return render, request rating / rank.html. Thumbnails. Thumbnails like so. Alright, there we go. Now that's done. So what we need to do is we need to add a template, right? Rank.html. And And here's how the template would be. What it looks like. Oops. Okay. So here's how the template will look like. So we will extend a base first. So we're going to get Bootstrap. We're going to get ourselves a starting template. Okay. Bootstrap homepages are changing day by day now, apparently. Yeah, sure does. Okay, so not examples, docs. That's where I want to go. All right, so let's go to search. I'm gonna get the starter templates again. So apparently the template's changed. The starter template's not, it's kind of like modified, so the language is not English anymore. It's in Arabic, so I have to change it to English. I don't know what this RTL do. I'm just gonna delete it. Okay. That will gone. That will be gone as well. Oh yeah. Arabic is, yeah, from left to right, Yeah. Okay. Alright. So in here we will say div to create a container, so that going to automatically add some margins. I'm gonna call this block main, right? So this is basically we're creating a template where, so I have some common information, right? If every HTML file or a lot of HTML files is going to have the same templates, same boilerplate, we can store them into one HTML file, and then just like how a class works, when you can extend them, we can also extend a HTML template. I will name it to base. All right, so in here we say block title and block. Let's go to rank.html. So here we can say extend rating / base.html, block title, and block ranking, block main, and block. Alright. So, I messed this up. So rankings, right? So in here we'll say for T in thumbnails, and we're going to do and for. So basically, you can use for loops in this templating language. So basically, right now we'll create for loop. We're going to loop through every thumbnail in the thumbnails, and notice how we pass the thumbnails variable to this template, so we can actually use it like a variable, just like in Python. So in here, this will be some Bootstrap stuff. This is how we'll Bootstrap handle stuff. Image will be t.image URL. That will be whatever URL is. Class is figure image, image fluid, rounded. God, I can't do self-wrap. Yeah, whatever. Alright, round like that. Usually you want to have an alt in case any of your users using screen reader or need or the image is not loading correctly, but we're just gonna skip that for now. Figure caption, That's that. And then here say t.title. Right. Okay, now is a couple text. So we have it's a badge, or not a badge, sorry, a badge. What's a badge? All right, so text info. All right, say t.rating. Perfect. All right, so we'll also give every user the ability to delete any thumbnails, because right now it's really simple, really basic, and that's what I want to do. So if you guys have anything you want to add to it, you can feel free to fork the repository and add anything to it. But yeah, it's gonna be really simple. What you can do is, I don't know, you can probably really set I don't know, do something like so only you can set up a syndication system, and only the user who added this thumbnail can delete it. Or if you want to go even better, you can have a user syndicate with their YouTube account, and only whoever added on this platform, their YouTube owner, can delete their YouTube thumbnail or whatever. But yeah. Alright, so let's add. So we messed up now. Ahrefs, it's gonna be /delete. T.id. T is just short for thumbnails. Could call it better, like just thumbnail, but it's too long. Alright, delete. Perfect. Yep. Now that's finished. Let's go to views again. Oh my god, what's wrong? Let's see if I need a dot. I might need a dot here. Dot models. There we go. Okay. So, okay, now that's done. I need to go to views again. So in here, we're gonna give user ability to actually, add. Thumbnails. Okay, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and add. We're gonna add the functionality where a user can actually add a video or add thumbnails, right? So there will be two options user can pick. One is called YouTube, which basically just paste a YouTube link, and that's all they need to do. Yeah. The other thing is, so let's go finish this first. So we're going to get the YouTube URL that they're typing, right? We're going to get the video ID, because the YouTube URL have a specific format. It's going to be youtube.com/watch?v equals and the video ID there. And it should always be the last thing. So in here we're gonna say image URL equals video ID equals YouTube URL split ?v equals bracket 1, like that. Image URL. Okay, so image URL, that's going to be also going to be somewhat dynamic, because YouTube API actually being once in their lifetime being good to the developers. The thumbnail image address is actually, pretty determined. It's the base URL going to be the same. i3.yt image.com/vi/video ID, right? That's why I need video ID. And we're using f string, so we can embed a variable directly to a string. And then yeah, it can be max res default.jpg. Okay, and now we add to our thumbnail. Image URL equals image URL. Oh, sorry, this is not even the flag. Maybe request a post image URL, and then title. Oh, sorry. Oh, kind of messed up here. Sorry. Okay, this is gonna be image URL. The title is going to be get title, get YouTube title, and then gonna pass the video ID there. That's gonna give us a title. YouTube URL equals YouTube URL. Rating is 1400. I'll say honestly, we don't need to add the ratings because they have a default, but you know. Alright, and then we're gonna do an else. Now, so the second option that user can submit their thumbnails is by uploading an image and type a title, right? So there's not that much of pre-processing we need to do. You can actually just directly create a thumbnail class and that's it. Image URL is request.post. Oh, God. Image URL. Title is request.post. Title. Rating again is 1400, and I can save it like so. And once I've finished, we can redirect them to /add, which is where they will add a thumbnail. Right. So if the request method is not post, we'll just return else. We don't really need else. Rating /add.html. Perfect. So now we need to go ahead and whatever I just did. So now we need to create an add.html like that. And I think once that's been done, we'll call for a video. So, okay. Alright, so for add, what we'll do is we'll extend the template. Like so, block title and block add video, right? Like so. Alright, so now here is where we'll use form. Right, add a video. Let's say add thumbnails. So in here we'll say h3 at YouTube thumbnails. So it's a form, post, delete that. We don't need the action. Okay, so in here, we need CSRF token, right? And in here, we'll create input type that's hidden, means the user can't see it, and therefore technically they can't edit it unless they go to developer mode. And we'll set the value to YouTube. So we're going to create two forms, and that's how we're going to know which form user submitted upon. And then input type is URL. Name is YouTube URL. And placeholder is YouTube URL, like so. Button, submit. All right. add custom thumbnail. All right, copy, paste. So then if it's not, I'm going to say custom, right? So in here, we're going to have them type the image URL. Okay, just say their thumbnail URL right there. And so text, name is title, placeholder is title. Like that. Okay. So now that's done, right? Okay. Let's go ahead and so now let's go ahead and make some changes to our database. We're going to make migrations first. That's going to create some of the Django specific files. If you click on migrations folder and click on here, you can see Django created this. You don't need to worry about this. In fact, don't really touch it. Because this is for Django to know how to process a model that we did, right? How to process a change we made. So in here, then we can just type migrate for it to apply to all the databases. Perfect. Now that's done. Let me run server again. Okay. All right. So, I forgot a few things. Okay. Let's go ahead and actually reflect it here, right? So rank that rank. Is that it? Okay, that's it. All right. Pass and there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and add, a couple videos. All right. Let's go to YouTube. We're going to add a couple videos. All right, I'm gonna copy. Oh, not the image address. Just copy link address. All right, paste to YouTube. Add it right there. Submit. If everything goes smoothly, without error, should redirect me back, which is not happening. But it's pretty much done because it gave me an error that says redirect is undefined, which indeed is not defined, but it's part of the shortcut, right? Because it's really commonly used. Okay, I believe so. Now if we go to rank, we have one video that we can see. Templates and text here. What? Oh, quotation mark. It's not in my favor today, is it? Alright, let's go to no, rank. Oh no, I don't know how it suddenly becomes a single quote. Who knows? Alright, there we go. So now you can see we have the YouTube thumbnail here. Let's go ahead and add a custom image. So what image should we search this time? Because I'm a dev programmer, I'm just gonna search Python. Hey, look, the first Python not a snake anymore. I'm actually gonna use a snake Python, right? So, well, we already know Imgur works from the last video, so I'm just going to copy the image address and add it because they should be doing the same thing anyway. So thumbnail right there. Oh no. You know what? Whatever. I'm gonna save it. Download folder. Thank you very much. Let's choose a file. Submit. Alright. Got my immigrant link. And then we can say Python, but the snake. Alright, let's click on submit. Okay, perfect. Looks like it's all smoothly now. Let's go to rank. And if we scroll down, you can see, yay, the snake works. Okay, yeah. So the styling, the scale, the image is not quite on the same scale yet. That's also one issue we need to fix. But for this, will be it for this video. So if you have any question or comment, feel free to comment down below. And as always, stay safe, have a great rest of your day. And that was me, out.